Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Dakota's Political Circle. And today I want to talk about how Trump is demolishing Biden in almost every single poll in polling as of right now on the RCP. And it is crazy. He is surging so much. Now, obviously, there is an outlier here, the Biden +2 one from NPR. But besides that one, Trump leads in almost every single poll other than the ones that have a tie. But either way, even the ones that have a tie, those ones don't really matter much because if Trump's leading in most of them or even tying, he's going to win the election. It's just a big possibility. But it is crazy. He's finally back to leading. He's going to be probably going back to his margins from 2 to 3 point percentages, maybe 4, possibly. I would say more to 2 to 3. I don't think Trump is going to dip any further anymore. I just don't see him. Honestly, I don't even see him losing the lead at all. He hasn't lost the lead at all, even when he was really close to losing the lead. I believe he had a 2.2 percentage, and he still is in the lead. It just shows that even in the popular vote, Trump is very popular, and he is going to win the election. It is crazy to think that a Republican could be winning the popular vote. In this day and age, that's a very big, unlikely possibility. But if it does happen, that would be crazy, especially with Trump. I believe the last Republican to win the popular vote, I think it was George W. Bush. Wasn't a great president, but I'm surprised he won the popular vote from what I remember. But it is crazy to think that Trump could actually win the popular vote, and a lot of people were speculating, well, you don't win the election by the popular vote. That's true, but the thing is, remember, if a Republican is leading in the popular vote, you are definitely going to win the election if you're leading in the popular vote. That's why I wanted to show you this. So basically, this is the RCP's Electoral College map. Obviously, some of these are a little bit weird, but these are based on polling from the RCP. So take it with a grain of salt a little bit. So like Montana is likely and that kind of stuff. These states are likely, but they're going to go to solid to Trump. It's just based on polling. Some of these states don't have really much polling to go off of. So it's more of like a random outlier poll in some of these states. But I did want to make a prediction based on that map. So here's the map. It's basically the same map as this one, but I just want to make my prediction on how it would work. So basically on this map, it's 219 to 215, and there's a bunch of toss-up states. And I'm actually going to go one by one based on the polling from the RCP. So I'm going to click each state that's on a toss-up and look at the polling. The only one I don't think I can look at is Nebraska's second. I'll look just in case, but I don't think I can look at it, but I'll see just in case. But I want to do that just to show you guys, like, if Trump is leading in the polls that he really needs to lead in. Okay, so let's start this. So I want to do with Nebraska's second first. I don't know if they have any polling or not. I'm assuming not. It just shows the results from the years prior. Based on the years prior, I would probably say a Biden. I would say a Biden. I don't know. I would say a Biden likely. Based on that, because Trump's won it before, but remember Biden won in 2020 and won by 6 points, so I would just say a likely for Nebraska's second. Now on to the more serious ones. Okay, let's start with some easy ones. So let's start with North Carolina. So in North Carolina, Trump leads by around 5 percentage points, which is about 5 is so it's a little bit above 5. It would technically be in the safe margin. Not the safe margin, the likely margin. So I would put it in the likely margin. It is a little bit above 5 by a little bit of a percentage point. So let's go Trump likely margin for North Carolina. And then let me go back. And then let's go with Georgia next. Georgia has a 3.8, so that is a lean margin right there. So lean margin for Georgia. Let's go with lean. Oh, I messed up there. There we go. Lean margin for Georgia. And let's go to the next one, which would be, and I'm going off of the RCP average, not the latest polling, because the RCP average is more accurate in some ways. Let's go with the next one. Let's go with Nevada. So Nevada is leading 4.5 with Trump on the average. So 4.5 would be lean. So lean, Trump right there for Nevada. And let's go to the next one. Let's go with Arizona next. So Arizona, as of right now, is a 5-point margin. So exactly 5, so that is a lean margin. It would be likely, but it is lean because it's not above 5. So let's go with lean. Okay, next one would be let's go with Minnesota. The Minnesota is a 2.3 margin. That's a pretty low margin for Biden in Minnesota, but that is still a winning percentage for Biden. So that is a lean margin. So Minnesota would be a lean margin. Oh, there we go, lean margin. Next one would be let's go with Michigan. So Michigan is at one. So this one's a little bit closer. So a 1.2 Trump lead. So that is a little bit above one. So I would say a lean margin as of right now. If it was a little bit less, I'd say a tilt. But lean margin for Trump. He already wins the election based on this, by the way. Okay, let's go with the next one. Let's go with let's go with Wisconsin. So Wisconsin, as of right now, has a one. Actually, this is pretty high for Wisconsin. I thought it would actually be lower. I haven't looked at Wisconsin in a little while, so this is kind of surprising. So Wisconsin has a 1.8 lead for Trump, which is very surprising. I honestly thought it was like a point something, but that's actually pretty good. So 1.8 would actually be a lean margin, which is actually really good for Trump right there. And then for PA, the one that really matters a lot, if Trump didn't win Michigan, I guess. So PA as of right now is actually a 1.0 Trump lead, which I haven't looked at PA in a while, so this is very surprising to me. I thought it was like a 0.2 or 0.3. So Trump is really making gains in PA. So an exact 1 point margin would be lean. Since it's not less than one, so Trump would actually be lean in PA right there. So basically Trump would win the election 312 to 226. Now, obviously, take this map with a little bit of a grain of salt because you know for a fact Florida isn't going to be lean red. It's probably going to be either likely or solid. Texas isn't going to be lean. It's going to be either likely or solid. I would say likely for Texas. Arizona, I mean, Alaska is going to be solid. I mean, there's someone here, you know, that are going to be solid. It's just based on polling from the past, or if they don't have any polling at all. Like, I think the only reason they picked West Virginia for solid is because I think they have like one or two polls. Like, if I look, I know West Virginia is solid, but like, yeah, well, actually, yeah, they only have one poll, which that's exactly why they put that. So plus 36 versus Trump. So you obviously know it's going to be a solid for Trump, definitely, for West Virginia. Even though I don't really need to bring up West Virginia, but I just wanted to bring it up just to make a point where some of these polls don't really have too many polling in some of these states, or no polling at all. So they just basically guess based on the 2016 and 2020 election. So take the map with a grain of salt, but the result is pretty accurate, I would say, especially for the swing states. The toss-up states. I think that is very accurate, and I think Trump could definitely win 312 to 226, and maybe even more if he could pick up. I believe he could pick up if Nebraska gets that law in place. I'd say he'd pick up more from Nebraska. I don't know if there's any other states he could pick up per se. I would say the only state I see on here that he could pick up in general, like if he like outperformed like hugely the polls, I would probably say either Minnesota and Virginia, or I'd probably say Minnesota. I don't know about Virginia. Let me look at Virginia real quick. So Virginia as of right now is a 4.3. So yeah, I wouldn't say Virginia. I would probably say Minnesota. Minnesota is a +2. That's a little bit more closer. So I'd definitely say Minnesota would be the one you would say that Trump could get in his column. So if like he won Minnesota, for example, it would be 322 to 216. I don't see him winning Virginia. I don't see him making that many gains. I just think it'll be it's probably gonna be either 312 to 226, or it'll be 322 to 216. I think the best case scenario, get 322. That is your best case for Trump right there. You can get a lot of gains. And winning Minnesota is a big advantage. Now, obviously, it's a 2-point margin right now. So obviously, Trump definitely needs to make some gains there. He needs to make Joe Biden lose support a lot in Minnesota. Which I mean, oh, sorry for coughing. Which I mean, is a possibility, but you never know. These elections are just crazy. You never know what's going to happen. I don't think there's any other states I would say though. Other than those ones that I mentioned, I don't think there's any other states he could really win in this election. I think eventually he could win Virginia. Well, not Trump, but like the Republicans. we'd eventually win Virginia or New Mexico, but I just don't see it in this election. The states I see in this election are definitely the toss-up states. Every single one of these toss-up states are winnable, is what I'm saying. And maybe I don't think Nebraska second's winnable. I just think that's just there because of polling, because they don't really have much polling. Unless Nebraska changes how they vote, and then it'll be a full state vote, which would mean Trump wins it, obviously. And it's probably going to still be a solid margin either way. But yeah, that's basically how I think what I think is going to happen. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to talk about how Trump is in the lead big. He is in the lead big in polling. He is doing amazing. Even in a Quinnipiac poll, he has it tied, which is also crazy because Quinnipiac is always for Biden. If you look at the Quinnipiac down here, Quinnipiac is almost always for Biden. So seeing a tie or a Trump is a huge advantage. I don't know about NPR. I'll actually have to look at NPR. I think they go for Biden usually. Yeah, they've never went for Trump at all yet. So definitely an outlier right there, NPR. I would say I don't know what the most trusted one would be. There's some trusted ones. Maybe Emerson. I think CNN is kind of trustworthy with their polling. Let me look at Emerson. So yeah, I think Emerson's. Oh yeah, I'd say Emerson's pretty trustworthy. Matt Rasmussen definitely an outlier for Trump. I'm not gonna lie. Rasmussen's really out there, and also Fox News is also a good one as well. A lot of people hate Fox News, but their polling is actually pretty good. So I would say, yeah, this is definitely accurate. Trump is leading in the polling average, and honestly, probably even leading more. He could be leading by 3 as of right now, but based on outliers and other polling, he's leading by 1.5. But yeah, I just want to talk with you about this today, guys. Just want to show you basically how Trump is basically winning the election as of right now. And if you guys have any early voting, get out and vote. Vote for your Republican candidates that are Trump candidates. I'm going to be voting soon. I believe it's actually right now. The early voting's right now for West Virginia, and I'll probably be voting soon with my friend. But other than that, just get out to vote. Obviously, the younger people, if you are watching it, you should get out to vote. It's a very important thing to do. I'm younger. I'm not. A lot of the people I know don't really vote. So I mean, it's just an important thing to do. And even if you don't vote for Republican, it's still a good idea to get out and vote. Getting out to vote is like a great opportunity to change things in your state and other things like that. Even if you end up losing, I mean, it's still just a good thing to do. Or even running for office. Like, I've thought about running for office in the past, but I'd probably just wait until I'm more established to ever do that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I might have a video out tomorrow. I saw something on Arizona today, so I might make a video on that. We'll see. It just depends because it's not really about it passing, if you know what I'm talking about, if you saw it on the news about Arizona's abortion thing. But I'll think about it. I might make a video on that. But I just want to make a video on this with you guys today, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.